The psalm for this day is Psalm 90, verses 1 through 12, and it's quite a special psalm. It's called a prayer of Moses, the man of God. Probably the only psalm, at least that we have remaining, written by Moses. For us, it's dear, among other reasons, because it's the basis of the great Isaac Watts hymn text, "O God, our help in ages past." And we go to this psalm at this time of year. Lord, you have been our dwelling place in all generations. Before the mountains were brought forth, or ever you had formed the earth and the world, from everlasting to everlasting, you are God. I don't know if you've seen that Ben Stein film, Expelled, where he talks about being expelled from school because he kept asking needling questions, like, where did that come from? And when the teacher answered that, then he asked, well, then where did that come from? And so forth, until he got all the way back to the so-called Big Bang, and he asked, well, what was before that? Well, you and I know. Before the mountains were brought forth, or ever thou hadst formed the earth and the world, even from everlasting to everlasting, thou art God. God was there before it all, and he spoke, and it came into being. Verse 3, that's God, you return man to dust, and say, return, O children of man. For 1,000 years in your sight are but as yesterday when it is past, or as a watch in the night. This is probably where Peter, in 2 Peter chapter 3, gets his idea that the Lord is not slow in returning and fulfilling his promises. He's not slow as some count slowness, because with the Lord a day is as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as a day. He is outside of time, and so he experiences time quite differently from us. So now we're talking about the children of men. We continue in verse 5. You sweep them away as with a flood. They are like a dream, like grass that is renewed in the morning. In the morning it flourishes and is renewed, and in the evening it fades and withers. For we are brought to an end by your anger, by your wrath we are dismayed. You have set our iniquities before you, our secret sins in the light of your presence. For all our days pass away under your wrath. We bring our years to an end like a sigh. And then the next verse, as far as English translation goes, needs to be heard in the King James, because it is so lofty. The days of our years are 80 years and 10. And if by reason of strength they be 80 years, yet is their strength labor and sorrow, for it is soon cut off, and we fly away. 70 years, normal lifespan, maybe 80. And if you get past 70, that last decade is rough. If by reason of strength they be 80 years, yet is their strength labor and sorrow. Verse 11, who considers the power of your anger and your wrath according to the fear of you? And now we get a petition. Verse 12, and this is the one to take away. This is the one, if you memorize a verse from Psalm 90, it's this. So teach us to number our days, that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom. Psalm 90, verse 12.